Alright, guys, it's your boy Matt Talk Sports. I am here. I am ecstatic. I can't believe what I just witnessed. I legitimately can't believe what I just witnessed. I was getting ready to come on here and be like, Josh Allen, he needs help. Even though we tried to get him help this offseason with Joshua Palmer, I was about to come on here and be like, he needs help badly because no one else is getting open. No one's helping him out. No, he can't throw the ball and get someone open unless he scrambles out of the pocket. He can't. And what unfolded in that fourth quarter is one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed in the NFL game. Maybe in any football game ever. Especially the caliber of opponent we were playing, the Baltimore Ravens, one of the best teams in the NFL, the best team in the NFL before the end of that fourth quarter. Absolutely absurd. I was getting ready to come on here and shit on Keon Coleman, who I love him as a person, excited about him as a player. He was a no-show for a good portion of this night. He couldn't get open. I mean, he was looking slow on some routes, but then he started making some of the biggest plays, not only of his Buffalo Bills career, probably of his football career, but man, did he put a stamp on, hey, I'm here in that fourth quarter. That catch that he made, that touchdown, a tipped pass, caught that ball. I mean, that is one of the craziest things I've experienced in my life. The Bills are down by 15. Usually the Bills give up. They give up. They didn't give up in this game. They're down 15 to the scariest team in the NFL. Lamar Jackson playing incredible. Derrick Henry is a horse. This fucking guy gallops. It's between him and Saquon every night. Every time you watch Derrick Henry, you can say he's the best running back in the league. Every time you watch Saquon Barkley, you can say he's the best running back in the league. But tonight and this weekend, Derrick Henry was the best running back in the league until he fumbled. Dude, that Ravens team is a scary team. We're going to see him in the AFC Championship or the AFC Divisional this year again. That's for sure. But what happened tonight is one of the most historical collapses I've ever seen. And it's only week one. And we're not going to put too much stock into that loss for the Ravens. We just can't. We absolutely cannot. Because not only are they super talented, but it's Lamar Jackson at the end of the day. That man is great. There's one play when it's 3rd and 7. We get a stop here. He looks dead to his rights. We get the ball back. We're hyped. We're moving. And he scrambles and runs for 25 yards to get a first down. Absolutely unreal. And then the next play, Derrick Henry, the fucking horse that he is, gets a touchdown. And you know what my biggest gripe with this game is? And the biggest validation ever, maybe in NFL history. Everybody and their mother this offseason was like, oh, Josh Allen got gifted an MVP. He didn't deserve the MVP that he got, which was absolutely bullshit, and everyone who watches football knows that. There's one thing to say that Lamar deserved the MVP, and you didn't think Josh Allen should have won. But to bring down Josh Allen and say he didn't deserve the win, two people deserved the MVP last year. I thought Josh Allen deserved it more than Lamar, and if you thought Lamar deserved it more than Josh Allen, that's fine. But to invalidate him is crazy, and to say that he got gifted one is lunacy. What Josh Allen did tonight validated what everyone was putting on his name this offseason. He is the MVP, and he's going to win MVP again this year. This man had 269 passing yards in the fucking fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter. Bro, that man is one of the greatest. He's the greatest Buffalo Bill of all time. He's one of the greatest football players I've ever seen in my life. He's a top 3 football player I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm not even going to give you that list right now, but I swear to God, bro, Josh Allen is one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. That's one of the best games I've ever seen him play in my life. They didn't give up. This Buffalo Bills team did not give up. This defense was so bad tonight, and partially is because the Ravens are so fucking good. I was getting ready to come on here, and I probably should shit on Cole Bishop. Bad game. Tyler Rapp, bad game. Constant bad angles. The secondary, Christian Benford, lackluster tonight. But the D-line tonight was great. Joey Bosa, I mean, some plays he took off, but there's 2 plays where he showed up and showed out. Ed Oliver, one of the best games he's ever played as a Buffalo Bill. That looked like a first-round pick and a top 10 pick. I'll tell you that much. That's what we want from Ed Oliver. That D-line is fucking absurd, man. Absurd. But that secondary was getting thrashed. The O-line was moving around that D-line when it came to the run blocking. And, man, I am shocked the Bills won this game. But also, the Ravens just continually blow fucking games, man. They blow games in the biggest games. This is week 1, but inarguably, this is one of the biggest games of the year. And I don't know if a single game can top this game in terms of entertainment. This is one of the greatest games I've ever watched in my life, and the Ravens blew it. Lamar Jackson, one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen in my lifetime. This dude is ridiculous to stop. Zay Flowers having the game of his life. Derrick Henry, he's 30-something years old, having one of the best games of his career, just constantly just getting around players and just fucking trucking, stiff arming, everything you would want. And yet, up 40-25, they're counting their money. They're ready to go home. Oh, wait, we won this. They gave up. No, the Buffalo Bills don't give up, and this win right here is a Super Bowl caliber win. This is a win where you win the Super Bowl and you look back and you're like, that's when I knew we were going to win the Super Bowl. That fucking game, week 1 against the Ravens, when everyone was leaving the stadium, everyone was counting us out, we won the fucking game. We won against the best team before the game ended in the league, and seriously, a top 2 team in the league. There is no team better than the Buffalo Bills and Ravens right now. The Bills have some flaws, don't get me wrong, but what they got at QB, that fucking Winter Soldier, that fucking super soldier, that superhero, that metahuman they got at quarterback, Josh Allen, if you don't think that man is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, you are flat out wrong. It's not even objective, it's subjective. You are wrong, bro. If you don't think that man is one of the greatest to ever put on the Bills, he's the greatest to put on the Bills uniform, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks you will ever see, talent-wise, competitiveness. What this dude showed tonight in that fourth quarter is crazy. Keon Coleman, you were getting locked up for majority of this game, but you not giving up and showing up in that fourth quarter, catching those passes when you shouldn't have caught them, and then ultimately making that big catch and getting tackled at the 10-yard line to get the field goal in position for Matt Prater. Dude, what a game, man. James Cook, that catch you had, bro, what a fucking game, dude. I can't believe that game. I'm surprised I haven't lost my voice. I was watching this game and I was so upset. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to come on to this podcast, the little 4 subscriber podcast I have, and fucking be sad and grumpy. But I'll be here because this is what I love doing, talking about sports. But now I get to talk to you guys about my favorite team in the world, a team that has 75% of my heart. And I get to be happy, excited, and exhilarated talking about the Buffalo Bills and my favorite player in any sport ever, Josh Allen. Incredible. Let's go over some of these stat lines. I'm looking at my phone. I don't give a fuck. I'm professional or not. I can't memorize stat lines early in my podcasting career yet. By the way, if you turned off that game before it was finished, you are not a football fan and you hate football. You just missed out on one of the greatest games of all time. This is what I'm talking about. I don't have a girlfriend, bro. I'm lonely. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm in a relationship, yeah, I'm giving one for me, one for her. Because that's what a partnership should be all about. Never in my life am I missing a Buffalo Bills game. Never. Never, never, never. Even when I'm at work, if I have to work, I got to look it out on my phone. Or hopefully I'm at a spot one day in my life where this is my work, film account, and the sports account. But I am never missing a Bills game in my life because that's how much this team means to me. But anyway, here's some of the stats from tonight's game. Lamar Jackson, 14 of 19, 209, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 169 yards, 2 TDs. Zay Flowers, 7 receptions, 143 yards, and 1 touchdown. Crazy, dude. Crazy, crazy game. Lamar had 70 rushing yards for 1 touchdown. D-Hop had that crazy one-handed catch, 35 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Derrick Henry, the costly fumble. One of the craziest turnovers I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely insane. No one could have predicted that. Listen, I bet the Bills plus 600. I had a couple other things with the Bills. Dude, I couldn't have called that fumble. Like, if you call that fumble, shout out to you. You're a fucking wizard. But Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? Let's go to the Bills here. Josh Allen, the best quarterback in the league. I'm tired of this. Bro, Mahomes, yes, dude, 4-0 against us in the playoffs. Crazy, ridiculous, absurd. None of those times we lost was because of Josh Allen. Josh Allen played A- games at worst in those games. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. Him and Lamar Jackson, bro. Mahomes is third. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, in the playoffs, you want one game? Sure. I'm not going to be mad if you want Mahomes, but I'm taking Josh Allen and I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes looked great in that Chargers loss Friday night, but dude, I'm telling you, Josh Allen is the best quarterback maybe to ever live. And yes, he doesn't have as great resumes as Brady, Manning, Drew Brees maybe, and fucking Big Ben. Those guys like that, Pat Mahomes. But talent, he's the greatest talent at the QB position ever. And argue with your mama, argue with your daddy, but anyway, you are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. He's the greatest talent at quarterback ever. Lamar Jackson's up there as well. Pat Mahomes is up there as well. I'm not discrediting Pat Mahomes. What he's done in the league for his age is absurd. But man, I'm telling you, bro. Man, I've never seen anyone like Josh Allen, bro. As a Buffalo Bills fan who had to sit through some of the worst quarterbacks of all time, J.P. Lossman, E.J. Manuel, Kyle Orton, Ryan Fitz, who I love, bro, Tyrod Taylor, who I love, but come on, man, Nathan Peterman, a plethora of other quarterbacks. Josh Allen is a savior. He's a god, man. And whoever has a religion in their life and feels disrespected by that, fuck you. Because Josh Allen is a god, dude. This man is special. Special. Special, special, special. I swear to God, I'd take a bullet for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Take a bullet. Ask me. I swear to God, bro, I'd die for this team, bro. Because I swear to God, what they do for my life is absurd. And whoever's watching this video thinking I'm overreacting, going crazy, think that, man. I swear to God, think that. But I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm honest, upfront, objective, whatever you want, man. I'm biased, but hey, I was getting ready to come on here and shit on my wide receivers. But let's go over the Buffalo Bills stats. Josh Allen, 33 for 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns. Passing, James Cook, 13 carries for 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Bro, the Ravens defense is crazy. It's crazy we put 41 up on them, but the Ravens defense is very good. Kyle Hamilton is a dog, man. Josh Allen, 14 carries for 30 yards, 2 touchdowns, dude. Keon Coleman, dude, a dude I was getting ready to come on here and shit on. A dude I love, by the way, was getting locked up, looked slow, couldn't get open. Fourth quarter, he turned on a switch, boy. 8 receptions, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, and the longest was 25 yards. Khalil Shakir, 6 receptions, 64 yards. I love Shakir, man. This is the guy that Josh Allen trusts most. Joshua Palmer, 5 for 61. Showed up in the fourth quarter. James Cook, 5 for 58. Showed up in the fourth quarter, or at the end of the third quarter. I forget what it was. Bro, Jackson Hayes showed up in the fourth quarter on that random catch. I thought that was Dalton Kincaid, but Dalton Kincaid, shout out to Dalton Kincaid, looked good tonight. This is what I want, dude. This is what I want from Dalton Kincaid. Show up, because you looked fucking good tonight. Dawson Knox even had 2 catches for 20 yards. Crazy, boy. Bro, this game was crazy, man. I can't believe we won. I really can't believe we won. It is one of the greatest games I've ever witnessed in my life. It is one of the most passionate feelings I've ever had for a Week 1 game. It felt like a playoff game. It felt like I was going to be sad for the rest of this week and upset that we are clearly the second best team in the league. And I guess some people can still argue that. The Ravens were up 40-25. With how many minutes left? Let me check. Ravens flock, how you feeling if you come across this video? Fucking, you guys are talking so much shit before the game ends. Bro, the Ravens were up 40-25 with 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. The Bills won 41-40. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? Bro, if I can, hopefully we can see Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson's face. Great players. Never, ever going to discredit them. Look at their faces here, man. Crazy, man. It's hard for me to even talk about other games because I want to wrap up the games I saw this weekend because it was a great Week 1. Maybe one of the best Week 1s I've ever witnessed in my life. Absolutely insane. I knew this game was going to be a classic, not this all-time. If I had some takeaways, I am so happy the Bills didn't give up. That's one thing I got to say. The defense was battered, but guess what? If they were tired, I couldn't tell in that fourth quarter because they didn't give up. I don't know what was said by them. I don't know what was said by Babbage and McDermott, but they did not give up. That is one of the most special and gritty winnings. That is one of the most special and gritty wins I've ever seen in my life. The performance that defense put on to close out that fourth quarter, to get stops. You know how rare it is for a Buffalo Bills defense. I know it's not playoffs yet, so I got to hold off until the playoffs. You know how rare it is for a Buffalo Bills defense to get a stop when it matters in the fourth quarter with 3 timeouts left? Boy, rare. Rare as fuck. And they got stops in the fourth quarter. Absolutely gripping and intense and insanity that I witnessed in this game. Josh Allen with one of the greatest quarters I've ever seen a quarterback have. 269 passing yards in the fucking fourth. Are you kidding? The way these players showed up who were underperforming until the fourth quarter is nuts to me. Keon, Joshua Palmer, crazy, man. That D-line on some of these plays, I know Derrick Henry gashed us and Lamar, but dude, the way the push that the D line was getting is a push I haven't seen the Buffalo Bills D line ever give. Crazy. And this is a win that is going to propel us for the rest of the year. You know how amped we're going to be now? We were in a game we should have lost. 99.9, maybe 0.5, because I think maybe the Chiefs come back, but I don't know with the team they had this year. 99.9% of teams in the NFL lose that game, and guess what? They quit. People were leaving the stadium, bro. You know how fucking disrespectful that is and crazy? If you're a Buffalo Bills fan who left the stadium, shame, shame, shame. Game of Thrones meme. Shame, shame, shame. Crazy, dude. I got to talk about other games now. I'm going to go breeze past them, but yeah, obviously I want our run defense to be better. Obviously I want Rapp and fucking Cole Bishop to be better because goddamn it, they stunk it up tonight. But, dude, we're playing the best offense in the league. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers tonight, man. Are you crazy? The offensive line for the Ravens were blocking their ass off. Despite how good our D-line looked at times, Ed Oliver looked great, Groot looked great, Joey Bosa from time to time looked great. That O-line was moving, man. Zay Flowers looked great. Like, dude, that Ravens offense is arguably the best offense in the league if it wasn't for the Bills. Crazy, man. I can't believe what I saw of the Buffalo Bills tonight. That is a special win, and I am so happy that, one, I am a true fan and didn't click off on the fucking game, and two, I love the Buffalo Bills. Win, lose, or draw, I will feel the agony of defeat, and guess what? I will graciously feel the graceful feeling of wins like this. Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia, how do you feel after that win? Because that is special. Hopefully I build up a community where I will be getting a community enough to where I go live and people come and support and watch my shit on this channel because I love the Buffalo Bills and I love people who love the Buffalo Bills. So hopefully we can talk about that on my channel and have a live going after every game, before a game. But man, one of the greatest regular season wins the Buffalo Bills has ever had, and I think this is the momentum that wills them to a Super Bowl. I'm telling you, a win like this, you look back when you're in the Super Bowl and when you're in an AFC Championship, hey, we won that game, we can win any game moving forward. Any game. Josh Allen is a savior. He's the MVP through week 1. And you know who I was going to say the MVP was through week 1? Moving on to the next game? Aaron Rodgers. The Jets versus Steelers. If you guys saw my prediction video, which probably no people didn't because I have fucking 4 subscribers on YouTube, I thought this was going to be an ugly game, a low-scoring game. It was the second highest scoring game of the day if it wasn't for the Buffalo Bills versus the Ravens, which was an 81-point game. That Jets and Steelers game was absurd. Aaron Rodgers, man, I told y'all they upgraded at quarterback in Pittsburgh. They upgraded at quarterback. I mean, he's throwing touchdowns to Calvin Austin. I mean, respect to Calvin Austin. But, man, DK Metcalf looked good in spots today. Like, I love the play calls that were calling out for him. The weirdest thing about that game is both defense looked bad, and Justin Fields looked great. Justin Fields looked really good. He was making some good throws. A lot of open people, though, on the Jets offense. I don't know if that's just great play calling or it's the Steelers defense being unordinarily bad. Like, the Steelers defense was bad. I thought they were going to be one of the best defenses in the league. They look like one of the worst defenses in the league, despite Jalen Ramsey's huge hit to end the game and force a non-complete pass on Garrett Wilson. Crazy game. Let's go over some stats for that game, because that game was crazy, man. I can't, bro, by the way, Chris Boswell is the best kicker in the league. This guy kicked 2 field goals today that would have been good from 80 to 75 yards. Shout out to him. That man was absurd tonight, man. Holy fuck. That man was incredible tonight. I couldn't believe what I saw, the Jets and the Steelers today. Crazy game, bro, that game. I thought that was clearly going to be the best game of the day, despite how much I love this game on paper between the Ravens and Bills. The Ravens and Bills is an all-time game. The Jets and the Steelers is a great game. I don't know if I'd go far as all-time game. It felt like it in the moment, but when we're comparing apples to oranges, the Bills and Ravens game being apples and the Jets and Steelers game being oranges, it's not really close. So let's go over what happened in that game. Let's go over Aaron Rodgers, man. I shit on him last year because he was a Jet, and honestly, he felt like a statue, afraid to get hit, didn't look good, really looked like an old man in the pocket sometimes, but look what he did today. Keep in mind that the Jets' defense looked really bad, and if you're a Jets fan, this is not good, because, yes, the Steelers look really good on offense today, but a couple weeks from now, I think the Steelers aren't going to be this great on offense. I don't know if they're how many times they're going to put up 34 this season. I think this might be the only time they put up 34 this season. Let's go over what they did. Rodgers, 22 for 30, 4 touchdowns. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to have 4 touchdown performances on 3 different teams. Jalen Warren, bad running game from, I guess the rush defense looked good for the Jets. 11 carries, 37 rushes. 11 carries, 37 yards. DK Metcalf, 4 receptions, 83 yards. Calvin Austin, 4 for 70. Pat Freiermuth, 3 for 28. Skoranek, 1 for 22. Jalen Warren, 2 for 22, 1 touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 5 for 15, 1 touchdown. Crazy, man. Man, what a fucking game this was. Crazy. And Aaron Rodgers had 4 sacks taken today. Justin Fields, you want to talk about a great game by him, dude? I mean, maybe not the most impressive passing stats, but in the moment when you're watching these passes he's completing, really great. 16 for 22, 218, 1 touchdown. And then he looked to his rushing. Breece Hall, bro, by the way, the Jets O-line. I was skeptic of this O-line being great like everyone was touting it to be before the season, but they were great today, especially that left side of the line. They look good. That rookie they have looked really good on the O-line. Breece Hall had 19 for 107, 5.6 per carry. Justin Fields had 12 for 48, 2 touchdowns. Braylon Allen had 6 for 9, 1 touchdown. Garrett Wilson, one of the best receivers in the league, continues to prove it, despite him not holding on to the catch, which honestly is not his fault. He got hit hard as shit by Jalen Ramsey. 7 for 95, 1 touchdown, and really no one else helped them out on offense today. Josh Reynolds, 2 for 18. Mason Taylor, 1 for 20. Tyler Johnson, 2 for 31. Breece Hall, 2 for 38. So I think, despite this being a great game and being impressed with Justin Fields, I am not certain going forward that the Jets are going to be great. And I think the Steelers will be great. I think the defense will tighten up, and I think the offense will continue to be in this rhythm and have great chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, because seemingly they have really good chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. For me, though, the Jets' defense is worrisome. They didn't look good last year. They didn't look good this year. And the Jets played the perfect offensive game for the Jets standards, and they still lost 34-32. So, Steelers won. I'm high on them as I was before the season. Jets, I still think they finish around 6-11. Moving on. Cardinals versus Saints. I'll get this out the way. Typical game. I mean, the Cardinals almost blew the spread. I didn't bet the spread at all because I'm not fucking putting my money on Kyler Murray and Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. I know what happens when you do. Nothing really to talk home about. Spencer Rattler, 27 for 46, 214. Kyler Murray, good game, but he's playing a shitty team, so we expected that. Marvin Harrison, if you have him on your fantasy team like I did, you're happy. So, yeah, that's that game. 2013, both teams are going to be shit for the rest of the year. Moving on. Colts and the Dolphins. You want to talk about a team that is dog shit and a team that I predicted to be dog shit? The Dolphins, 5-12, I predicted them to go. They might go lower. They might be worse than the Saints, worse than the Browns. The performance they had against the Colts today is bad. What did I tell you guys if you watched my YouTube video? I said there's going to be discourse that Daniel Jones is that guy on the Colts. And what did I see from Bleacher Report and all these tweets? Oh, Daniel Jones, blah, 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 blah. Great game. Is he the guy? I told you guys this was going to be the overreaction to this game because the Dolphins are shit. And I knew Daniel Jones was going to have a great game. Crazy. Let's see what Daniel Jones did because everyone was posting his stats, especially the sports media accounts, and saying, oh, man, is he the guy? Did the Giants give up on him too soon? Overreaction Monday. Shout out Matt and Pat McAfee. Can't wait to see the overreactions to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was 2 for 29, 272 passing, 1 touchdown. Only took 1 sack and had a QB rating of 115. Jonathan Taylor, 18 for 71. DJ Giddens from Kansas State, who I'm excited to see in the future. Daniel Jones, 7 for 26 rushing and 2 touchdowns. He had a great game, man, but the Dolphins, I told you, Mike McDaniels is not a good head coach. The offense is just weird personalities and horrible chemistry. Waddle can't stay healthy. He already suffered some type of injury today. Hill is getting angry on the sidelines already. And then Tua Tagovailoa shit. I hate to be this mean, but he's my rival. I'm allowed to be mean to my rivals. 14 for 23, 114 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks, and 1 fumble. Tua Tagovailoa, I used to be in the camp that Tua Tagovailoa was a top 15 quarterback 2 years ago. And I used to not be ashamed to say that. I used to be like, hey, man, you guys can't ignore the stats that he's putting up. These past 2 years, man, he has proven that he's not only not a top 15 quarterback, he's truly one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. What he did tonight against the Colts defense that is not that great, And with the weapons he has, just constantly doing these boneheaded turnovers and making these ridiculous mistakes. If I'm a Miami fan, yes, you're my little brother. Yes, we own you. But I kind of have some sympathy towards you guys. My goodness. I remember being in a spot like this. EJ Manuel, I thought drafted from Florida State. He's going to be our guy. Nope. Tua Tagovailoa was drafted higher than EJ Manuel, I believe. Quite higher. And Tua is clearly not your guy. I'm sorry. The Dolphins are going to fire Mike McDaniel in these next 3 to 4 weeks. I'm telling you. They got to fire Chris Greer. They got to clean house. Trade Tyreek Hill. Get whatever you can for Tyreek Hill because clearly that man is not happy in Miami. Can't believe this game. Can't believe it was just one-sided. I knew the Colts were going to win. Can't believe it was just one-sided. And despite me predicting the Daniel Jones hysteria and mass overreaction, can't believe he was this massive. You go on Bleacher Report, you go on ESPN, look at all this bullshit propaganda they're posting of Daniel Jones. Yes, their stats are true, but also, it's Daniel Jones. Also, yes, I know the Colts O-line is way better than it is in New York, but Daniel Jones had some moments in New York where you're like, hey man, this guy might be an NFL quarterback. He is not, and he's going to prove it to you sooner rather than later. If I'm wrong, shoot me dead. JK, don't shoot me dead because I want to see the Buffalo Bills win a Super Bowl this year. But if I'm wrong, come back to this video and let me know how wrong I was. But anyway, the Miami Dolphins might be one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst. Because at least the Browns have a good defense. The Saints look like they're fighting for their head coach against the Cardinals, but it's the Cardinals, so I'll keep that in mind. So they're a bottom 4 NFL team, and they proved it today with his performance. Mike McDaniel's getting fired soon, and he's probably going to go to the San Francisco 49ers. Moving on. Another game where I wished I picked with my gut. Because ultimately I knew the Patriots are going to be overrated going into this season. The Patriots had 11.5 win total going into this year. This was a must-win game. I know it's week 1, and there's people like, hey, week 1s aren't must-wins. But they are. They are some must-win games for some teams. The Patriots lose this game to the Raiders. They didn't have Christian Gonzalez, so I guess you can say that, but Drake May did not look good today. I almost said Derek. His brother used to play for UNC. Chill out, a basketball team. He did not look good today. Bad start to his sophomore season. Their defense looked like shit today. Vrabel was making some really, 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 really unmotivated play calls and coaching decisions. Lack of creativity. Their defense wasn't built like it was made out to be without Gonzalez. Bowers was having a day against them. Myers was having a day against them. Trey Tucker was having a day against them. Let's go over some of the stats. Raiders. Geno Smith, 24 for 34. 3 for 62. 362 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Geno Smith. Raiders ridiculously upgraded at their quarterback. And I think the Seahawks downgraded. We'll get to that. Ashton Gentry, not the greatest day. 19 for 38, 1 touchdown. Brock Bowers, he got injured, man. I'm so upset about that, but he was great today. 5 for 103. Jacoby Myers, I'm so glad I have this on my fantasy team. 8 for 97. Trey Tucker, 2 for 54. Deontay Thornton Jr., 2 for 45. And Michael Mayer, 4 for 38. Bowers is injured. Michael Mayer is a really suitable backup tight end. I think the Raiders, if Brock Bowers isn't out for a long time, they are going to be all right. Patriots, 30 for 46, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 287 passing yards. Drake May. Travion Henderson, 5 carries for 27 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 7 for 15. Keyshawn Boutte, or Boutte, I don't know how to say his name. 6 receptions, 103 yards. Hunter Henry, 4 for 66. Stephon Diggs, 6 for 57. And that really caps out the notable performances for the Patriots. Not very good, man, and really disappointing if you're a New England Patriots fan, because if you win this game, you can talk yourself into making the playoffs, because the AFC, up top it is stacked, but as you get deeper into that conference, you can see a way for your team to make the playoffs if you're at least above 500. And I don't think the Patriots finished above 500. I have them being 8-9. Maybe they're even worse. Really worrisome. Will Campbell wasn't great today. The O-line looked like shit, clearly, because they didn't run the ball that much. They threw the ball 46 times. So, yeah, the Patriots lost. Dolphins lost. And we talk about the Steelers and the Jets game. The Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins are all 0-1. The Bills are the only one. Bills are the only team in the AFC East to have 1 win and no losses. Moving on. Giants and Commanders. Not really a notable game. I like what the Washington Commanders did with Debo Samuel. I was kind of curious what they were going to do with Debo Samuel. I love how they used him as a gadget in this game, running the ball, catching the ball, just perfect. He's one of the best weapons in the league when you know how to use him right and when he's healthy. And Debo Samuel was really good today. He had one carry for 19 yards, and then he had 7 receptions for 77 yards. Really, really good game by him. And the Giants' defense is good. They just lost Micah McFadden. It looks like for the year in this game. But yeah, like I said, man, the Giants, all the Giants fans that were so hyped for this year, they don't realize that your offense was not good. Your O line is dog shit, especially without Andrew Thomas, and your offense is just bad. This offense doesn't scream more than 5 wins or 6 wins, or maybe even way less than that. Like, yeah, you have a good defense, but do I trust Brian Dable? Yes, I loved him in Buffalo. One of the best OCs in the NFL when he was at Buffalo, but head coach, don't know if I love him. Don't know if I love him, especially all the gestures and facial expressions he's making on the sideline when they're losing. Not great to watch. Not great to experience. Yeah, I mean, Giants stink, and I know my friends are Giants fans, and they're not gonna love this video, but it's the truth, brother. The Giants stink. They stink. They stink. They stink. And the Washington Commanders weren't like jumping off the page great today. Jaden Daniels, 19 for 30, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. Bill Merritt, aka Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 10 carries, 82 yards, a touchdown. A rookie that I heard a lot about, didn't know really anything about him, came in and performed really well. Jaden Daniels, 11 for 68 rushing yards. And then, yeah, like I said, the Debo, like, look at Russell Wilson. You know how dog shit of a game he had where Brian Dable's not certain he's going to be next week's quarterback. I think it's going to be Jackson Dart. Russell Wilson, 17 for 37, 0 touchdowns, 168 yards. Russell Wilson, 8 carries. He led the team in rushing. That's how dog shit this Giants team is. 8 carries and 44 yards. Malik Neighbors, 5 for 71. Wan'Dale Robinson, who reminds me of Khalil Shakir a little bit, despite me not saying that last year. He did remind me of Khalil Shakir a little bit today, but obviously not as great. Wan'Dale Robinson, 6 for 55. And that caps it out. The Giants are not a good team. Like I said, their defense is good. They're gonna win them. The defense is gonna win them games that they shouldn't. But ultimately, this offense is gonna cost them games naturally because this is not a consistent offense. This is not an offense that moves you. That O line is not good, even with Andrew Thomas, and their weapons don't move you. Malik Neighbors is a great wide receiver, a great one, but he's on the Giants. Be real. He's on the Giants. He's not going to do much for the Giants. I'm sorry. So yeah, move on. Panthers and Jaguars. This game, I watched a lot of it to start, but then it had a lightning delay. Fucking lightning delays all weekend, college and NFL. Let's talk about this game. All the Bryce Young lovers, listen, I told you guys. You guys are overhyping this poor young man. Yeah, I call him a poor young man, but honestly, he's not a poor young man. This was the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. He's good regardless. Good regardless. Shit today. Shit, shit, shit. And obviously, Xavier Legette did not help him at all. There was a lot of situational awareness continuously from last year coming over into week one, game one, where Xavier Legette does not know how to get more than 1 foot in bounds. We're not in college anymore, brother. Get 2 feet in bounds. I know that might be a hard thing for me to say from the couch, but brother, you're an NFL wide receiver getting paid the big bucks. Get your 2 feet in bounds. Bryce Young, 18 for 35, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Chobu Hubbard, 16 carries for 57 yards. Bryce Young, 5 carries for 40. McMillan, I'm just going to call him McMillan because I brutally mispronounced his first name in one of my videos, and someone on TikTok is like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? 5 receptions for 68 yards. That really caps it off. Xavier Legette had 3 catches for 10 yards. Not a good Panthers team, man. They're going to be dog shit again, and Bryce Young, we'll see how good you do this year, but you're teetering on, hey, this might be my last year as an NFL starter. Keep in mind, he was good to end the year last year, but he got benched for Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, in the year 2024. So keep that in mind whenever you want to say Bryce Young is a great quarterback or even a good one. Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars really didn't impress today. The only impressive person on the Jaguars today was Travis Etienne. 16 carries for 143 yards, especially the year he had last year. I'm just curious to see the week-to-week improvement with the Jaguars. I guess this is a start to it. Who do they play next week? They play the Bengals. Ugh, the Bengals. We'll get to them soon. Actually, the next game, Bengals versus Browns. Bengals. I guess you're happy to say you won this game because you usually suck to start the NFL season. 17-16. Man, the hits Burrow was taking today. Whoa. Myles Garrett. There's a clip on Twitter where Myles Garrett is just coming in through an open hole and just battering the shit out of Joe Burrow. Scary. Um, Not much to really say about this game. Low scoring game. Joe Flacco, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Browns really should have won this game. They really should have, and the Bengals got lucky. I'm curious how the Bengals versus Jaguars turns out next weekend because that is an interesting game. Two good offenses, two not great defenses. I'm curious how that pans out next week. I'm interested. Next game, Buccaneers versus Falcons. Young Ho Koo used to be one of the best kickers in the NFL. Can't make a field goal for shit now when it matters. Really, really bad. Baker Mayfield and Emeka Ibuka. Bro, Emeka Ibuka, all the praise going into this game, into the season, in the offseason, how good he looked in the preseason, lived it up in the first game of the NFL season. Looked like wide receiver 1 next to Mike Evans, who Mike Evans is great still, but Baker Mayfield looked great. Some of the great passes, bro. Baker Mayfield is one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the NFL. The passes he makes when it gets tough and when it gets glim, beautiful to watch. That man is game, game, game. Every chance he gets, he shows up. He shows out when it matters. And there's a reason why I picked this team to win not win the Super Bowl, but make the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, 17 for 32, 167 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Not exactly great stat lines, but he showed up when it mattered. Not great rushing the ball today, but Emeka Ibuka. I hope I'm saying that right. 4 receptions, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 great touchdowns. And then Falcons. The Falcons are one of the most infuriating teams to watch. Michael Penix looked good today, especially that stretch out touchdown he did to tie the ball game. But what a weird team. They don't know how to run the ball with Bijan Robinson yet, or maybe the O-line is not that great. Who knows? But the play calls this team makes are some of the worst play calls you'll see, and some of the most frustrating. Like, they overcomplicate things a lot. Raheem Morris, your seat will get warmer as the season continues if you continue to make these weird coaching decisions. Not a fan of Raheem Morris. Not a fan of the OC. I can't tell you who the OC is in Atlanta, but the creativity at times is weird. Bijan led in receiving, 6 for 100 yards. He's still splitting carries with Tyler Algier, which, yes, I get it. He's a power back. Bijan is a receiving / elusive back. But I know I want to see Bijan on the ball a little bit more. He only had 12 carries today, but he had 6 receptions for 100 yards in the first touchdown of the NFL season. Kyle Pitts, 759. Drake London got injured, so hopefully he's all right. But weird. The Falcons are just a weird team, man, and they continuously underperform and make the weirdest coaching decisions you'll ever see. Moving on, a game that I was super strong about and that ended up being wrong, and honestly is a game they should have won. I think Tyreek Woolen had some really, really bad plays towards the end as a corner. A lot of looking at the ball but not following the receiver, leading to big plays by Pearsall and the backup tight end Jake Tongs. Weird fucking game, man. Weird game. Seattle's defense is really good. 49ers, Brock Purdy looked bad in spots but also made some really great throws. Weird game. I hope George Kittle is good. He was on the sideline, so he's all right. Sam Darnold, 16 for 23, 150. Charbonnet, 12 for 47, 1 touchdown. Najigba, 9 for 124. I love Najigba. Amazing player. Pearsall, 4 for 108. McCaffrey, 22 for 69. And Purdy, 26 for 35, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Hey, 49ers I'm not high on still. I'm sorry. The Seahawks, my positivity about this team, despite it not being that high, dampened as this game went on. Listen, it's not necessarily Sam Darnold's fault he fumbled with Nick Bosa pushing his tackle into him, but this dude had Cooper Kupp wide open over the middle, and this dude had no situational awareness. I'm telling you, Sam Darnold is a fucking statue. It showed last year at the end of those games for the Viking season, and it showed at the end of this game. He's a statue. People were calling me an idiot for saying he had no situational awareness in that spot. They are wrong. Fuck you. They were wrong. He had no situational awareness in that spot. Seahawks should have won that game. If it wasn't for Reek Woolen and it wasn't for Sam Darnold just having any sort of situational awareness, they win that game. Moving on. Titans versus Broncos. Broncos, what the fuck? Way too close of a game against the Titans. I will say Cam Warren was good today, but his receivers were dropping all sort of balls. Calvin Ridley, you name it, everyone was dropping balls. Bo Nix looked like dog water today. Hopefully they change it up because their defense was great today. I mean, the Titans didn't score a touchdown today. It was all field goals for them. Not much to really write home about with this game. Bo Nix looked worrisome. these were like the Broncos were like a sneaky Super Bowl pick for everyone this year. I always thought that was bugging, but then you watch this game and you're like, how the fuck did people pick them to win Super Bowl? Um, Diana Rossini might be on the payroll for Sean Payton because, come on, relax. So yeah, Broncos have a great defense, one of the best defenses in the league, but that offense needs to figure it out. Who do they play next? They play the Colts. They're gonna win that game, but also, can I trust them to win this game when they were trying to lose this game every way they can, but the Titans are just not good. So of course the Titans are gonna lose, but the Broncos tried every single way to lose this game, and the Titans gonna take it from them. So watch out. If they continue to play like this, they are not making the playoffs. Even in the AFC, that is spotty as you go down the entire conference. Moving on, surprise of the day for me. The Lions look really bad, and then you know what? They look like they lost an OC and a DC, and that was something I wasn't worried about, and I should have been worried about because Aaron Glenn had a really good coaching debut, and it's to be seen if Ben Johnson has a really good coaching debut tomorrow, which I'm assuming he will, because the way that Lions offense looked today, lacking creativity, was really evident. The O line looked bad. I mean, the two O linemen they lost is looking like it might be a big deal for them, unless the Packers defense is just really great. The Packers look like one of the teams that might make the Super Bowl today. Micah Parsons ended up getting a sack, 2 pressures. The defense looked great, and then Jordan Love looked fucking unreal. Everything they were doing on offense looked easy. LaFleur is a mastermind, and he proved it in this game. The Lions were really disappointing on defense, but also the Packers played out of their mind on defense. So the Lions were disappointing on defense and on offense. Really quite shocking from the Lions today. I thought it would be a way closer game. I know it was only 13-27, but it really should have been 6-27 if it wasn't for that outrageous Tesla catch. Next week they play the Bears. I mean, it's to be seen what the Bears look like tomorrow, but we'll see. What a crazy game that was. It wasn't a great game to watch per se, but it was really fascinating to watch at first because of how good Jordan Love and the offense looked, and also how easy they made it look. Because the Lions defense is all healthy now, and they were getting fucking manhandled and fucking touched all over. So yeah, Packers power rankings, they'd probably be a top 3 team for me. It's weird because my top 3 power rankings would probably be the Buffalo Bills, Ravens, and Packers, despite the Ravens blowing one of the craziest games I've ever seen in my life. How did the Ravens lose that game? I'm not gonna sleep tonight. The Ravens blew a game 40-25 with 5 minutes left. Josh Allen, biggest cock and balls in the NFL. All right, we'll move forward. Rams versus the Texans. I told you guys it's going to be low scoring. I told you guys, this is a channel. I know fucking ball. I said that the Rams are not going to score any more. They're going to score points. Okay, how am I going to word this? I worded it correctly on Friday. I said the Rams are going to score anywhere between 10 to 17 points. Anywhere between. They had 14 points. The Texans defense is great, man. The Texans defense is great, man. But their offense is not good. What did I tell you guys? The Rams defense isn't great when you watch them on paper, but then you watch the Texans O-line, and you see how C.J. Stroud has regressed a little bit, and you just can sense that was going to happen. C.J. Stroud, 19 for 27, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Nick Chubb, 13 rushes for 60 yards. And then your receiving room, he threw to how many different people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nico Collins only had 3 catches for 25 yards. Shocking. I told you, man. This Texans O-line is worrisome. And this offense is not good, especially with no Joe Mixon. I love Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is one of my favorite running backs when he's healthy, but he is washed. He is no longer the player he used to be after that gruesome injury he suffered, I believe, on Monday night. No, not good. And then Stafford was great. What did I say? All this preseason hype of him, is Matthew Stafford going to live? Is he all right? Is his back broken in 5 to 7 different places? It was not. He was 21 for 29, 245, 1 touchdown against a great defense. Kyren Williams, consistent, 18 for 66, 1 touchdown. Puka Nacua, one of the most tough receivers I've ever seen in my life. Not only with his skin and the amount of physical hits he can take, this guy was bleeding as soon as the game started. 10 for 130. This guy's one of the best receivers in the league, Puka. Unbelievable player. Devontae Adams, 4 for 51. I mean, this offense is consistent and will put up consistency, and they did it against one of the best defenses in the league despite only having 14 points. So, yeah. The 3 best teams I've seen today were the Packers, Ravens, and the Bills, and somehow the Bills end up on top. Despite, if you asked me with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, not only would I be depressed, my whole week would be ruined. But somehow the Buffalo Bills came out on top in one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I'm glad I'm able to talk about it with you guys. Hopefully I build a community on this channel where I'm able to go live and shoot the shit and talk about NFL and my Buffalo Bills with you guys consistently. I don't care if you're a Bills fan or you're just a fan of a different team or just a fan of football in general. Come chat with me because I will make it worth your while. I love football and I don't have bad takes. The only time I fucked up this week was on the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Raiders. And I wanted to pick the Raiders. So, yeah, I really only lost 3 games this week when picking them. So, yeah, man. Buffalo Bills, one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life. And Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. He's MVP through week 1. And the MVP ranking would have been, without Josh Allen, it probably would have been Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. But now it's Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, and Lamar Jackson. That's the four-headed race. That's the four-headed race through week 1. Power rankings. If I had to do a quick top 4 for you, it's easily this. I'm going to do top 5. Easily this. Bills, Ravens, Packers, Rams, Steelers. That's my top 5 power ranking as of Monday. It's your boy Matt Talk Sports. The Buffalo Bills. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you got work tomorrow, call out. Call the fuck out, dude. Call out. Open up another White Claw, another beer. That was a Super Bowl. Hey, we're winning the Super Bowl. I don't care. I'm ready to get my heart broken again. That is a Super Bowl caliber win. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight because that is one of the greatest ones of all time. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. We're playing the Jets next week. 1 o'clock. Can't wait to stomp them in the face, too. We need to get better in some spots. That's evident. But, man, we just beat the best team in the league if it wasn't for us beating them because now we're the best team in the league. Man, Keon Coleman, 100-plus yards, bro. I thought you were shit for the entirety of this game until the end. What a game. Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia, stand up. One of the greatest games you'll ever see in your lifetime. I'm going to watch the highlights tonight again because I am that bit. Josh Allen, biggest cock and balls in the NFL. Best quarterback in the NFL. It's him and Lamar. Pat Mahomes, listen, 4-0 in the playoffs against the Bills. You're a 3-time Super Bowl champion, whatever the fuck, how many times you won it. I don't care. Josh Allen and Lamar are better. Fuck off, dude. So, yeah, Buffalo Bills, Bill Mafia. It's your boy Matt Talk Sports. Hopefully you tuned in. If you tuned in, like, comment, and subscribe. If you love film, you love movies, because honestly, sports and movies go hand in hand. Those are the 2 peaks of entertainment. Music, take a back step. It's films and sports, especially football, especially the NFL. It's your boy Matt Talks Sports. It's your boy Matt Talks Films, my alter ego. Subscribe, like, and comment if you made it to the end of this video. Tell me to go fuck myself if you're a Ravens fan. And also, Raven fan, if you're watching this video and you made it to the end, you have to tell me that we own you. Josh Allen owns you. The Buffalo Bills owed you, buddy. They own you. You're our little bitch, and we're your big brother. So enjoy your next game. You're probably going to win it, and you're one of the best teams in the NFL. Also, great game. Listen, I'm talking shit. We're having fun. It's a great game. One of the greatest games I've ever watched in my life. 40-1. It was 40-25 with 5 minutes left, and the Bills won. After getting stomped on, the Bills didn't give up, and I will never give up. I will never give up, man. Listen, I have 4 subscribers right now. 32 on my film page. 55 followers on my film TikTok. 41 on my film Instagram. 13 on my sports Instagram. And then like 13 on my TikTok. I will never give up. Even if I have... I'm going to act like... Right now, I have 4 subscribers on my YouTube channel for my sports page. And I'm acting like I have 1 million. I'm acting like people will actually care if I don't upload a video on Monday. Because that's the consistency you got to have. You got to work. And I'm working. I'm never giving up. Just like the Buffalo Bills tonight. They never gave up. Even after getting demolished on defense. They fucking showed up when it mattered. What a win. I got to log off or else I'm going to talk about this game for the rest of the night. Which I will. To myself. Because I have inner dialogue, and I'm going to talk about Josh Allen and how big his cock and balls are for the rest of the night. 269 passing yards in the fourth quarter, and you guys don't say he's the MVP? He didn't deserve it last year? Fucking morons. Listen, that's sports. We're allowed to talk shit to each other. Anyway. It's your boy Bad Talk Sports. Listen, one of the things you're going to realize about this channel is I have like 5 to 7 different outros. Okay, my film channel too. I'll say it's your boy Matt Talks Films about 5 to 7 times before I end the video. So this is my 6th time, and I mean it. It's your boy Matt Talks Sports. Follow me everywhere at Matt Talks Sports, TikTok, Instagram, even my Twitter. I was kinda hesitant to even let out my personal Twitter and tell people about it, but hey, if you want to make it in this content game, you got to be honest about who you are and tell people who you are. So it's your boy Matt Talk Sports. Follow me everywhere if you want to see the most honest and passionate sports ball knower in the world. Follow me, Matt Talk Sports. Tell me to go fuck myself if you made it to the end of this video. It's your boy Matt Talk Sports. I'll see you soon.